Hey everyone, it is a little bit later than I thought I was going to jump on today. I thought I'd be on here around 9. It is 11 a.m. However, today we are doing your November market update. We are a week into December right now. However, the November stats are relevant and out. So we're going to be looking at that today. As always, if you're here, you can go ahead and like and subscribe to my current channel, YouTube channel, all the channels. But if you are here, go ahead and leave a little comment, wave, let me know you're here. Today, I'm going to actually stay on a tiny bit longer. Usually I try to make these live videos for the market update. They're pretty data heavy. I try to just kind of share the data and then you can rewatch it on the replay if you've missed it. If you are on right now, you can go ahead and ask some questions. I'm going to give it a little more time today if I can, just because I won't be doing any videos for the month of December. So typically I put out an educational video, I'll do a Q&A, this live, and then a newsletter. So if you are used to getting that type of content from me, I'm going to be taking a much needed break for the month of December 2022. I'm back at it in January 2023. And so this will be my last video for 2022 for this year. So I just wanted to let you guys all know that. And essentially we will get into the stats right now. So in this video, as always, I'm going to be looking to the side, reading my notes, but I will mention these stats are specifically the RAB board stats. So these are just the Hamilton Burlington board. We have the Niagara board. If you're not familiar with real estate boards, we have the Toronto board, which encompasses other boards. So these are just for these, basically the area that we're talking about. We are talking about Burlington toward all the way down to Niagara Falls. So that is the area, the geographical area that we are going to be using our stats for. So as always in this video, we're going to go over active listings, inventory rate, sales to list price ratio, average list price, and average sale price, and average days on market. So right now, currently in the market, on the board right now as of today, this means just today in this moment, I just checked these numbers. We have 13,273 active listings. Again, that is a big number because it encompasses all things. So it's all detached homes, condos, every possible thing that is actively live on the MLS being offered for sale right now. The news about that number is, if you're watching last month's video, that number is actually trending down. Number of active sales, freehold detached. So now we're just looking at freehold detached homes. That number is at 9,757, which is also trending down from last month. If we're specifically looking at all actives in Hamilton, we are looking at a number of 1,140, trending down as well. And if we're just going to chunk off Niagara alone, that goes all the way up here to Grimsby, right before Stoney Creek from Niagara Falls. All the actives on that board collectively 1844. So we're actually seeing smaller numbers as far as active listings go. And it could be a whole bunch of things. I mean, obviously we have the market that's playing into that, but we also have the time of year because it's December, it's Christmas, it's time to hang out with our families. And that's just kind of the year-over-year trend overall, as you can imagine. So what we have sold in the last month, in the month of November, 4,316. Overall inventory rate overall of the entire board, same as October, 3 months of inventory. A buyer's market, again, we would probably see more months of inventory, probably up to 6. However, if you are currently in the market, if you are putting in offers, if you are going to showings and talking about listing your home, if you're active in the market at all, you know we are leaning more toward a buyer's market right now because buyers have the pick of the litter. And sellers are still coming off of that high, is thinking about what their home is worth. In reality, we've seen a decline in price point. And I have an opinion on that. I don't think it's so much price. Yes, the price point has declined, meaning value has declined. But if you look at the actual value of the investment over time, just like any stock or any market you are looking at, in Canada, in Canadian real estate, we have very distinct cycles that show us that over time. So this year you might be down, as we're going to see, about 150,000 in price on average. So that means there are homes out there that are down $300,000 or $400,000 in price. But if you take that same home and you wait for the market to turn in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, you recover that value pretty much every single time. So that's just something to keep in mind as far as markets, because the real estate market is like any other market. It fluctuates and it has cycles, and we are seeing that right now. I'm calling this time, actually, I'm calling this time the pandemic hangover. I think for everybody, and I'm going to digress here from the stats for 1 second. For everybody, I mean, the market obviously is being corrected. We have inflation in order to correct the market in other ways, other markets. We have people, even in our social lives, we have all the events are back. And I think people are actually taking this year to adjust back into the regular pace of life after a 2 to 3 year hiatus. And even though we were peppering it in as we went, I think I'm calling this year the pandemic hangover year, because we're all just readjusting back into normal lives and kind of going through those growing pains again. Anyways, I digress. So if we're looking at Niagara inventory right now, we are looking at 4.9 months of inventory just in Niagara, exact same as October. We're looking pretty much at 5 months of inventory. So we're seeing numbers as far as active listings slowly climbing down. And again, the market's going to be finding its balance. We have, probably if we're looking down the line, about 18, 24 months, about 2 years before we see rates make any sort of downward shift. I think if anything, we'll see a couple more hikes and then it'll go sideways for a little while. We're going to hold at that. And know that the government, whenever they do a rate increase, it actually takes them one rate increase. It takes them 16 to 18 months to actually see the result of that increase in the market. Now, if you put that into perspective, we've had about 7 or 8, over the past 6 months. So we're really going to see the effects of that in the next 2 years, probably 16 to 18 months. And then we're going to probably see those rates slowly start to maybe make their way down a little bit. And who knows? I mean, that's all projection, as all of this is. Don't take my word for it. But anyways, that's kind of the conversations we're having, just to let you in on that. As far as sales to list price ratio, on average, again, these are big numbers because we're talking about a lot of different styles of homes, styles, types, sizes, areas. So if you just go right across the board, on average, we're getting about 96.9% of list price. So no real change there. It's about 4% less than what you're listing at. And that could be if you're listing high, that could be if you're listing dead on market value. We're typically getting under asking because buyers have a lot of power right now. Average list price right now, again, across the board, it's very, very, very average. It's a big number, but it gives you an idea. The average list price is $9,225. Say that 5 times fast. Basically, we're looking at $9,200. $900,000, I can't look at 4 2s in a row and make sense of it. So 922,000. I'm so sorry. I'm going to have one more cup of coffee today. 922,000 as an average list price. Average sale price, 775,000 across the board. So again, we're still looking at that average gap of 150,000 less than your list price. That's on average. So there are going to be homes out there, like I said, that are 400,000 under. There are going to be homes out there that are 10,000 under. But on average, we're looking at about 150,000 under. And it just gives you an idea of where we're at overall, right? And that's why I think I spoke in my Q&A this month about pricing. You want to price as close to the current market value as possible in order to A, make sure the numbers work for you, and B, get a legitimate offer on the table and actually accomplish your goal of selling your home. So you want to price for the market we're in, not for the market we were in. Okay, that's very important. You want to be very realistic about what you're doing right now, because you are going to waste a lot of time and energy if you're going to try to overprice your property right now. Okay, last point here is average days on market is actually 55 in October. So for November, it was 55, October was 50. And today, in this very moment, I just checked it, 7 days into December, we are at 58 days on market. A large change from our average of 5 to 7 days on market back in the heat of the really intense pandemic time. So, hi everyone who's waving. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you have any questions and you weren't able to comment on the video today, I know I digressed from my usual just kind of throwing out the stats and getting those out there. But I just wanted to give a little bit of insight. Like I said, this is going to be my last video for the year. I will not be doing any videos in December. However, I will still be putting out content. You can always watch this video on the replay, and if you have any questions, message me directly. You can always find me on my website at danielabiagi.com. You can always find me on my YouTube channel under the same name. Message me here on Instagram, and my phone number and everything is linked up there in my bio. So if you have any questions or you just need updates and say, listen, it's been 3 weeks, I want to know what the average prices are right now, I want to know what the average list price is, I want to know how many days on market we're at, just let me know. I will get that information to you. I am also a member of the Toronto board, so if you are Toronto specific or anywhere Burlington up, I can get that information for you as well. So other than this, I would like you guys all to have a wonderful holiday season. Merry Christmas. I will be throwing up a few more things online, but most of all, like I said, this is a hangover time. I think the pandemic hangover time. We just really want to focus on family and friends and gathering again and enjoying each other again. So make sure that you're taking the time to do that over this holiday season. If you need anything, I'm here to help, but enjoy yourselves and stay safe.